China didn't just build gadgets, it rebuilt daily life around them. No more waiting, no more wallets, no more guessing. From street corner battery swaps to robots that cook your lunch, these 15 inventions look like science fiction, except they're already real, already running, and already changing what normal means. 1. Smart pickup lockers. Picture this. Your package arrives, but there's no doorbell, no missed delivery slip, no waiting around. You walk up to a wall of metal lockers, scan a QR code, and a door pops open with your parcel inside. Some don't even need the code. They recognize your face and unlock instantly. No counter, no clerk, no line. Couriers drop off dozens of packages in minutes instead of knocking door to door, and you pick up yours whenever it suits you, day or night. These locker walls are showing up outside apartment blocks, offices, and train stations across Chinese cities, quietly replacing the most annoying part of online shopping: actually getting the box. It's such a simple idea, a wall of secure mailboxes, but paired with facial recognition and instant notifications, it turns "sorry we missed you" into a problem that just doesn't exist anymore. Couriers love it too, since dropping 50 parcels into a locker bank takes minutes instead of an entire afternoon of doorbell roulette. Tiny gadget, huge relief, and one less reason to ever stay home waiting for a delivery window again. 2. E-bike battery swap cabinets. Running low on charge used to mean waiting around for hours. Not anymore. Across Chinese cities, street corner cabinets let e-bike and scooter riders swap a dead battery for a fully charged one in under 30 seconds. You pull up, slot your empty pack into the cabinet, grab a charged one from another slot, and ride off. No cables, no outlets, no standing around scrolling your phone while you wait. These cabinets are everywhere delivery riders cluster, because for someone making a living on two wheels, every charging minute is money lost. Apps show riders the nearest cabinet with available batteries in real time, so they're never guessing or backtracking. It's a strangely satisfying gadget to watch in action. Open a hatch, swap a brick-sized battery, close the hatch, gone. The cabinets even rotate batteries through a slow, careful charge cycle internally, which keeps each pack healthier for longer than a quick home charger would. For millions of riders, it's erased battery anxiety completely. For everyone else, it's a glimpse at what fast, painless EV charging could actually look like, no plug required at all. 3. Foldable electric scooters. This one's just a great gadget. Foldable electric scooters have become the go-to way to cover that annoying last stretch between the train station and home. Fold it down, and it's about the size of a carry-on suitcase. Small enough to bring on a bus, tuck under a desk, or carry up to an apartment. One button starts it, a thumb throttle controls it, and regenerative braking means it doesn't drain the battery every time you slow down. A companion app shows battery life, locks the scooter remotely, and logs your rides. Swappable batteries mean owners can charge at home or grab a fresh pack from a kiosk instead of waiting around. They're light, tough, and splash-resistant, built for real commutes rather than weekend joyrides. For city dwellers, the appeal is obvious. Faster than walking, cheaper than a taxi, and no parking hunt at the other end. Some models even fold in a single motion, latch locking automatically the second the frame collapses, so you're not fumbling with it on a crowded platform. It's the simplest gadget on this list, and maybe the easiest one to actually picture yourself using tomorrow. 4. Robotic arm. Cooking stalls. Now imagine ordering noodles and the person making them isn't a person at all. At robotic cooking stalls popping up in Chinese food courts and malls, a mechanical arm boils, tosses, seasons, and plates your meal, much same way every single time. You tap your order on a screen, watch the arm swing into motion behind glass, and a few minutes later your bowl slides out, finished. No two cooks, no off days, no inconsistency between visits. Some stalls run robotic arms for noodles and dumplings, others use them for coffee, bubble tea, or even fried chicken. The appeal isn't just novelty, it's consistency and speed at scale, especially during a lunch rush when a human kitchen would buckle. For customers, it's part performance, part convenience. You get to watch your food get made by a machine that never gets tired or distracted. Some stalls even let you watch the exact gram measurements and cook times scroll by on a side screen, turning a noodle order into a tiny piece of theater. It's the kind of thing you film on your phone the first time you see it, then quietly start relying on every day after that. 5. Unmanned AI convenience stores. Walk into one of these stores, grab a drink off the shelf, and walk straight back out. No checkout, no queue, no cashier. Cameras and weight sensors track exactly what you pick up, and your account gets charged automatically the moment you leave. Some stores use your face to let you in to begin with, linking entry and payment into one seamless motion. For shoppers, it strips out the most tedious part of a quick errand, standing in line to pay for something that takes 10 seconds to grab. For operators, it means a tiny store can run around the clock without staffing a register at 2 a.m. The tech stack underneath is serious. Computer vision, sensor fusion, real-time inventory tracking. But none of that complexity is visible to you. Restocking even gets easier for staff, since the same sensors that track your purchase also flag which shelves are running low in real time. All you experience is grabbing a snack like you're shoplifting, except it's completely legal and the receipt just appears on your phone. It feels like a loophole. It's actually just good engineering. 6. Sideways sliding robotic valets. Parking garages are usually a nightmare of narrow ramps and tight turns. Some Chinese parking facilities have skipped the ramps entirely. You drive in, pull onto a flat platform, and walk away. A robotic shuttle slides underneath your car, lifts it slightly, and carries it sideways into a slot. No driving required after that point. These automated guided vehicles can lift and reposition a car in almost any direction, which means garages can pack vehicles in far tighter than any human driver could manage. When you're ready to leave, you request your car on an app, and the same robot delivers it to a pickup bay, already facing the exit. There's no scraped bumpers, no door ding anxiety, no circling for a spot. The same shuttle can lift a heavy SUV or a tiny hatchback with equal ease, adjusting its grip automatically to the weight and shape underneath. Watching it happen is genuinely strange the first time. A car gliding sideways with nobody behind the wheel, like the whole garage is alive. It turns parking from a stressful chore into something you barely think about. 7. Automated vertical parking towers. Take that idea and stack it vertically. Automated parking towers store cars in tall, narrow silos instead of sprawling lots, using mechanical lifts to slot vehicles into place one above another. You drive into a ground-level bay, step out, and the machine takes over. No ramps, no wide aisles, no wasted space. Because there's no room needed for a human to maneuver between levels, a tower can hold dramatically more cars per square meter than a normal garage. Software tracks which cars are likely to leave soon and positions them for faster retrieval, so your wait is usually just a couple of minutes. For cities where land is brutally expensive, that's huge. A vertical tower frees up ground space for shops or housing while still holding hundreds of vehicles. There's no attendant, no ticket machine, no risk of your car picking up new scratches while you're gone. Some towers stack a dozen or more levels high on a footprint barely wider than a single house, which is exactly the kind of density that makes underused urban land suddenly worth building on. It's basically a vending machine for cars, and watching one in action never quite stops feeling futuristic. 8. Facial recognition railgates. Now picture skipping the ticket altogether. At many Chinese high-speed rail stations, you don't need a paper ticket or even a phone. You book your seat online, then walk up to the gate and let it scan your face. The gate matches you against your booking in under a second and lets you straight through to the platform. No printing, no fumbling for a QR code, no holding up the line digging through your bag. It sounds almost too simple, but the back end doing the work is serious. Biometric verification linked directly to ticketing and ID systems, processing thousands of passengers an hour without slowing anyone down. For travelers, the payoff is pure convenience. You genuinely just walk through. For stations handling holiday rushes with millions of travelers, it's the difference between chaos and a smooth flow of people. The same system can flag a mismatched booking instantly, which means security and ticketing checks happen at once, instead of in two separate lines. It's the kind of small gadget moment that makes you realize how much dead time normal travel is full of, and how easily it can disappear. 9. Smart road infrastructure. Some Chinese highways are starting to do more than just sit there. Sections of pavement are embedded with solar panels that quietly generate power from sunlight, sensors that detect cracks and potholes before they become real problems, and heating coils that melt snow and ice automatically, no salt trucks required. A few stretches even include charging strips that top up an electric vehicle's battery while it's driving over them, no plug required. LED markings built into the road surface can change in real time, lighting up a crosswalk, marking a lane shift, or flagging a hazard ahead. None of it looks dramatic from inside a car. The road just seems to quietly take care of itself. But underneath, it's constantly gathering data, feeding power back into the grid, and catching structural problems early, sometimes spotting a hairline crack months before it would ever show up to the naked eye. It's an entire power plant and sensor network, hidden in plain sight under your tires. The road becomes infrastructure that works for you instead of just sitting there waiting to crack. 10 robotic restaurant servers. In a growing number of Chinese restaurants, the server gliding between tables isn't a person. It's a robot, carrying multiple dishes on trays as it navigates booths, chairs, and other diners without bumping into anything. Sensors and mapping let it weave through a packed dining room, stop precisely at your table, and wait patiently while you lift your plates off. Some models even speak, announcing the dish or thanking you as you take your food. For restaurant owners, it means fewer staff needed for the repetitive job of running food back and forth, especially during a packed dinner rush. For diners, it's genuinely entertaining. Kids lean out of their seats to watch it roll past, and most people end up filming it the first time. It's not replacing chefs or hosts, it's taking over the part of the job that's pure repetition, freeing up human staff for the parts of service that actually need a human touch. Watching a fleet of these robots glide silently through a busy restaurant floor, never colliding, never dropping a dish, feels like dining inside a small slice of the future. 11. Delivery robots. Outside on the sidewalks, an even bigger fleet is at work. Small electric robots roll along streets and through gated communities, carrying everything from groceries to hot meals from nearby fulfillment hubs straight to your door. Using cameras and laser sensors, they navigate crosswalks, dodge pedestrians, and queue politely at building entrances, sometimes even calling the elevator themselves to reach an upper floor. Orders that used to take an hour by car now arrive in minutes, because the robots are moving constantly between a hub and a tight cluster of nearby addresses rather than crossing the whole city. You get a notification, walk outside, and the robot pops open a compartment with your order sealed inside. No driver, no tip, no small talk required. Multiply that by thousands of robots running simultaneously, and entire neighborhoods start to feel like they have an invisible, tireless delivery staff working around the clock, restocking themselves at a hub and heading straight back out the moment they're empty. It's strange the first time you see one trundling down a crosswalk. It's normal by the third. 12. Battery swap networks for EVs. Now take the e-bike battery swap idea and scale it up to full-sized cars. At battery swap stations for electric vehicles, you don't plug in and wait. You drive onto a platform, and in under 3 minutes, a robotic system slides out your depleted battery and slots in a fully charged one underneath your car. You're back on the road faster than it takes to fill a gas tank. Because the battery isn't tied to the car forever, drivers can rent a bigger, longer-range battery for a road trip and swap back to a smaller one for daily errands, paying only for what they actually need. The stations themselves do the slow charging in bulk, off-peak, which is far easier on the power grid than thousands of individual cars all charging at once. It completely flips the usual EV complaint, charging takes too long, into a non-issue. The stations even time their charging cycles to off-peak grid hours automatically, which means thousands of batteries can recharge overnight without ever straining the power network during the day. Watching the swap happen, with a robotic arm working underneath the car like a pit crew, is the closest everyday driving gets to feeling like a race. 13. Underground pneumatic waste systems. Here's one almost nobody sees coming because it's built to be invisible. In some newer Chinese residential developments, there are no garbage trucks rumbling through at dawn, no overflowing bins, no smell on a hot day. Residents drop trash into a small chute inside their building, and a vacuum system pulls it through sealed underground pipes at high speed to a central collection hub somewhere else in the district. From the street, you'd never know any of this is happening. just a small chute door and a quiet sidewalk. At the receiving end, sensors and automated sorting separate recyclables from general waste before it's even handled by a person. It replaces an entire fleet of noisy collection trucks with a network of pipes nobody ever has to look at. The result is something you almost can't appreciate until you've lived somewhere without it. A neighborhood that's simply quieter, cleaner, and free of trash day altogether, because the trash never sits around long enough to become a problem. Even the smell most people associate with garbage day just never has the chance to build up. 14. Frictionless payments, QR and facial pay. By now, paying for anything in a Chinese city has become almost invisible. Street vendors, taxis, and tiny market stalls all accept payment through a single QR code. Scan it, confirm on your phone. Done, no cash, no card machine, no waiting for a receipt to print. Facial payment pushes that even further. A quick camera scan at certain registers, and the transaction completes without you touching a phone or wallet at all. Underneath that 1-second smile is a layer of tokenized, encrypted verification linking your face to a secured account. So the simplicity on the surface hides real security work underneath. Lines move faster because nobody's digging for change. Small vendors who could never afford a card terminal can now accept digital payments with nothing but a printed code taped to their card. Split a bill, get an instant refund, or stack a loyalty discount. And all of it happens inside the exact same single tap. No separate app required. It's easy to underestimate how big a shift this is until you watch a busy food stall serve a dozen customers in the time it would normally take to ring up 3. 15. AI vending restaurants. For the biggest gadget moment on this list, picture an entire restaurant that's really just one giant vending machine. You order on a touchscreen, and behind the glass, a fully automated kitchen takes over. Robotic arms grab ingredients. Stir-fry stations toss your meal in the real flame. Machines plate it, and a small hatch slides open with your hot food ready, all without a single human hand touching it. Some setups can produce a finished dish from raw ingredients in under a minute, running the exact same recipe with identical timing every single time, whether it's the first. 15 ideas, one pattern. Each one quietly removes a daily annoyance most of us just accept. None of this is lab fiction, it's running right now. Which one would you want in your city first? Comment below and subscribe for more.